San Francisco, after a weekend when Americans took to social media to debate President Trump's admonishment of NFL players who do not stand for the national anthem. A network of Twitter accounts suspected of links to Russia seized on both sides of the issue with hashtags such as #BoycottNFL, #StandForOurAnthem and #TakeA Knee. As Twitter prepared to brief staff members of the Senate and House Intelligence Committees on Thursday for their investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 election, researchers from a public policy group have been following hundreds of accounts to track the continuing Russian operations to influence social media discourse and foment division in the United States. For 3 weeks, a harsh spotlight has been trained on Facebook over its disclosure that Russians used fake pages and ads, designed to look like the work of American activists, to spread inflammatory messages during and since the presidential campaign. But there is evidence that Twitter may have been used even more extensively than Facebook in the Russian influence campaign last year. In addition to Russia-linked Twitter accounts that posed as Americans, the platform was also used for large-scale automated messaging, using bot accounts to spread false stories and promote news articles about emails from Democratic operatives that had been obtained by Russian hackers. Twitter has struggled for years to rein in the fake accounts overrunning its platform. Unlike Facebook, the service does not require its users to provide their real name, or at least a facsimile of one, and allows automated accounts, arguing that they are a useful tool for tasks such as customer service. Beyond those restrictions, there is also an online black market for services that can allow for the creation of large numbers of Twitter bots, which can be controlled by a single person while still being difficult to distinguish from real accounts. Since last month, researchers at the Alliance for Securing Democracy, a bipartisan initiative of the German Marshall Fund, a public policy research group in Washington, have been publicly tracking 600 Twitter accounts, human users and suspected bots alike. They have linked to Russian influence operations. Those were the accounts pushing the opposing messages on the NFL and the national anthem. Of 80 news stories promoted last week by those accounts, more than 25% had a primary theme of anti-Americanism, the researchers found. About 15% were critical of Hillary Clinton, falsely accusing her of funding left-wing Antifa, short for anti-fascist, protesters, tying her to the lethal terrorist attack in Benghazi, Libya, in 2012 and discussing her daughter Chelsea's use of Twitter. 11% focused on wiretapping in the federal investigation into Paul Manafort, President Trump's former campaign chairman, with most of them treated the news as a vindication for President Trump's earlier wiretapping claims. In the face of such public scrutiny, Twitter has said almost nothing about what it knows about Russia's use of its platform. But Representative Adam Schiff of California, the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, said he would like to know exactly what the company has done to find covert Russian activity and what it has discovered so far about fake accounts, including their reach and impact. I think right now the public is aware of only a subset of Russian activity online, Mr. Schiff said in an interview. He said Facebook long denied that there had been Russian exploitation of its system, before reversing course on September 6. Mr. Schiff said the tech companies have asked for assistance from American intelligence agencies in trying to find and stop illicit interference from other countries, a request he said he supports. The House Intelligence Committee announced on Wednesday that it would hold a public hearing on the matter of Russian influence next month, and a Senate aide said Facebook, Twitter and Google have been invited to testify at a Senate Intelligence Committee hearing on November 1. This month, The New York Times reported on evidence of Russian operators creating hundreds or thousands of fake Twitter accounts to flood the network with anti-Clinton messages during the campaign. The cybersecurity company FireEye identified what it called war lists of accounts linked to Russian intelligence that sometimes spewed messages like #war against Democrats several times a minute. Both DC Leaks and Guccifer 2.0, which spread the leaked emails and documents and were identified as having been created by Russian intelligence, used accounts that Twitter has not suspended, though they have been dormant for months. In some cases, the Russian exploitation of Facebook and Twitter was linked. Heart of Texas, a Facebook page advocating the secession of Texas that was identified as one of 470 fake profiles and pages linked to Russia, also had a Twitter feed, now suspended. Ca.